So just to catch up everybody on some boxing, I honestly think Pacquiao and Tank need to fight next. I think Tank needs to retire Pacquiao. I think Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they need to fight next. Due to Shakur having such a lackadaisical performance on the run. And at the same time, simultaneously, you have Devin Haney, who's on a fiery streak right now. Both undefeated fighters. Why not, let them go at it next? If Crawford can't get Canelo, then Canelo has to fight Benavidez. And Crawford has to fight Boots at either 147 or 154. That's just me, honestly and truthfully. I think Deontay Wilder has the same problem as Rolly Romero, and it's happening to Regis Prograis being too heavy on one side. That's just my knowledge from being, in the gym and training and active and stuff like that. I don't think anyone is going to tell them personally that they have to, switch to the other side. But that just shows you, the IQ of certain people, certain boxers. Yeah. I have an issue with, Canelo not fighting Benavidez. But I'm not gonna stress it, because you understand boxing as a fighter. Everybody wants, everybody to rumble, get it on and get it over with. But certain times is right, certain times isn't. I understand it. I got Tiafimo smashing Ryan. I think Ryan is gonna be forced into retirement early. I like to see Ryan lose. Who else? Anthony Joshua's been fighting. That's cool. I don't know if he's gonna continue a hot streak. I mean, to have a warm up like Francis Ngannou is good for him as far as rigorous sparring and just more experience and just being sharp. But he shows the signs of the Rolly Romero too heavy on one side, as well as Deontay Wilder in Regis Prograis. Now, it shows through Regis Prograis. As you can see, Regis Prograis has lost a lot of size, and had he fought Haney a while ago, it probably would have went a different way. But it shows you, science, certain sciences is proven that in training camp, all Regis Prograis is working on is skill and IQ. He's not keeping up physically, and I mean that, like keeping like certain type of girth on him like he did before. It shows through Deontay Wilder also, and you can see how stiff that their boxing styles are. Right? So if you really look at Deontay Wilder, he's really, really slim now. His legs is really, really small. Maybe he needs to cut his hair, and he needs to let his body grow within his old age. He was too what should I say, hard-headed, right? Because he was telling people he trained but he don't run this, that, and the third. Now he shrunk, if you ask me, as far as his performance and paying pay-per-views and paying to watch him fight again. He shrunk that way, and he shrunk physically. He's not as brutish and brawlic as he was before, and as you can see, it shows on his record now. I think the Tyson Fury first fight, which I feel like he should have got challenged, I think that took everything out of Deontay Wilder. He had a better IQ. He's kind of blown out and dried out now. Maybe he should gain a good 15 to 30 pounds of muscle. And, he should try to gain that weight just being a left-handed fighter for a couple of months of training. Not necessarily getting into a fight right away. But I'm talking about you take a quick retirement or something, bro, and go a good 6 months without fighting orthodox, practicing and training orthodox. That's all I'm saying. So as you can see, I just compared the two dried out factors, the two physical specimens, the 6'8" Wilder, and the brawlicness of Regis Prograis. Both of those fighters are in the gym working on IQ, but not keeping up physically to pull off the new IQ. Okay, because you have to be physically in shape to make the moves. Now, I say that to show its counterpart, which is Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero happens to be in great physical shape, but his repertoire of punches is just like Deontay's and Regis, because of why? Being too heavy on one side. Oh, you thought I was going to take you another place. No, the flaw is the wide punching, the winding up. Where's the effectiveness, the looseness, the slipperiness, the shiftiness? Where's the combos? Why is it winding up for a knockout punch? A setup and a knockout punch. You're not trying to get in, get out, get in, get out. Put a nice little quick combo in and come back out. Go back in and put a better combo in, come back out. You're just trying to pump the jab to, set up a big right hand or a big left hand. You're trying to throw a stiff hook so you can center your opponent in a certain angle so you can let off a straight cross. You're not surgically going to the body, hammering on the body, trying to break the body down, like relentlessly. You feel me? Like, there's the IQ. And that's what's not happening right now, with those three fighters. But those fights that I just named, those should be the next fights. Anything else really doesn't matter. I'm just being real. Everything else doesn't matter and nothing else matters. Right now, Haney has to fight Shakur Stevenson. There's nobody else Shakur Stevenson can fight right now that's a better catch at a time in his career than Devin Haney. You have to pull that off right now. You have to take Devin Haney's O from him. You see what I'm saying? You have to. Because if you fight a fighter like Teofimo Lopez, who has a loss, and he takes your loss, then it makes Devin Haney look, a little better than all of y'all. Right? Now, if Tia was to take Haney's O, it'd make Shakur look better for the moments right then and there. but y'all both and all got to see Tank. So that's why I said Tank should have to fight a legend. Like, he needs to be able to go for his legend killer title and take out Pacquiao. Actually knock Pacquiao out. He has to knock Pacquiao out. I'll take the Conor Ben and Errol Spence fight because I feel like Spence is overwhelmed right now, and Conor Ben is probably in the best shape of his life. So I'll call it right now. I'm taking Conor Ben. I feel like that if this year happens, it'll be the year of the upsets. I feel like if Jaron Boots Ennis was to fight Crawford, I feel like he would beat Crawford too. I just feel like he would knock Crawford down a couple of times. You know? I just see it's too much youth, sprightness, in Jaron Boots Ennis. So, you know, Pacquiao getting retired by Tank. I see that having to happen. You know, the year of the upsets. I see the Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson fight happening. It's put up and shut up. You know, the Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez fight has to happen. It's put up and shut up. That could be the end for either one because Teofimo Lopez, to me, lost to Sandor Martin. Those two knockdowns was taken from him. And that's my problem with professional boxing and certain organizations with their refs, because you have Broner and Porter, you know, being judged unfairly, and you know it took a decent boxer out of the game. You know what I'm saying? Threw him more focus. You have stuff like that come back to haunt the sport, and that's why you have the greats like Floyd is just done with stuff that's pertaining to, you know, professional boxing. And I feel him on that. But it has to be the year of upsets. You know, if Ryan Garcia loses to Tio, he's just gonna get X'd out. He can't beat nobody. He loses to Tio, he's not gonna be able to beat Shakur or Devin. He's not gonna be able to beat Tank in a rematch. It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like Crawford should stay away from Boots. I feel like Boots is going to drop him a few times. And I feel like Benavidez is going to carve Canelo. So that fight needs to happen. I feel like if the reason why Canelo is running from Benavidez because he wants Benavidez to be his last fight. And if anybody he'll lose to, again, you know, it'd be, you know, some type of Mexican pride losing to Benavidez. So that's how I see that. Is it a duck? Is it a run? I feel like they just trying to make the perfect money, and that's what interferes with everything. If Spence loses to Conor Ben, I advise him to retire. I feel like if, you know, Gervonta knocks Pacquiao out, I feel like Pacquiao shouldn't be allowed back into the boxing business. I feel like if Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, if they lose to one another, they can either go back and forth, get like a series or something like that, or it might be over because they'll just get avoided. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.